Hi, basses. Today I want to talk to you about a shifting and vibrato exercise. When I first started doing it in my lessons, I started doing this in New York. I had a teacher teach me this, and we used to call it the vomit exercise because it sounds like it. So here's the idea, and I would be curious here. I'm going to mark this so you can see. I'm going to mark my first. I'm going to mark my E with a 1. I'm going to mark the start of 4th position with a 1, like with a pencil. I'm going to mark the start of 3rd, and I'm going to mark that I'm going to mark that like 2nd and a half and 2nd. So I should have, if I have in 1st position, I should have a pencil on 1, 2, and 4. And then I should have a pencil mark on 1 and 4 in 3rd, essentially. So this is going to be important, these pencil marks. The first thing I want you to ask yourself is, when I shift, do I shift too far? Am I sharp? Do I shift not enough and I'm flat? Or am I just the most perfect bass player in the world and I'm always on the money? None of you are that. I'm not that. Most people aren't, unless you are somebody wonderful like Joe Conyers or somebody like that. So what I'd like you to do first is just listen to this pattern. I'm going to do it on the D string. So what I'm doing is I'm shifting 1 to 1 to start. So I'm going from 1 in 1st all the way to 1 in 4th down at the neck. And I'm sliding. And then I'm coming back. Okay, but I'm starting on a point. 1 in 1st, 1 in 4th. I'm not sliding through it. I'm sliding and stopping. So 1 to 1. Now I'm going to go 1 to 2. But the trick is this. I'm actually shifting to 1. When I get there, I'm adding the 2. So my motor function, I know what 1 to 1 feels like 1st to 4th. So then I come back. Then I'm going 1 to 4. And then coming back. And then retracing my steps. 1 to 2. 2 to 1. And then 1 to 1. Okay, so when you get familiar with this, then you can start to add vibrato. Start with your note, then find vibrato, shift, establish, and vibrate, and then back. And then 1 to 2. And then back. And then 1 to 4. 1 to 2. We're working our way back down, and then 1 to 1. Okay, so that's 4th position. You see the up and back pattern. After I get that, without stopping, I'm going to go to 3rd now. Same pattern. That weird hybrid 2nd and a half. And then the 2nd. You start a little bit like James Bond after a while. The vibrato thing we'll talk about in one more second. There's one last thing about this shift. I took lessons from a cello player once, learning some cello suites, and she said to me that when she shifted, she thought of shifting going down the bass or down the cello as a rainbow motion, this motion, and she thought of shifting back as a scoop. So essentially you're making sort of like an eyeball shape. So when you're shifting down, you're actually going to like bring your body and then you're kind of rocking back. It's like a little bit of a back and forth, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to establish that vibrato. Even if you only vibrate back here every time, that tells me that it's loose, okay? Keep your elbow out. Keep that hand shape here, like you're curving around a baseball. Add this to your practice regimen. So what we want to do is, it takes about 2 minutes to get started every time by doing this. And then let me know. I'll ask this question: when you shift, what are your tendencies? And we're going to take something with that next week. Happy practicing. See you later.